Hello, y'all. So we are back with season 5, episode 5 of Chasing Atlanta. I also got to give y'all an update about my situation. Once again, y'all know we always start out the first 2 minutes of the show having to give an update on DivaWuan's because I don't know when I'm going to be able to do a live stream at this point. So y'all remember for the past week or so, the demon has been off of work. Now it's official that she can't even go back to work. She done started some shit where she done fake the illness. Now she can't even prove that she's qualified to even go back to the damn work, even though she was faking all along. And now they done rigged it up where this bitch darn gonna essentially lost her job. Make matters worse, instead of letting them darn gonna fire her, she decided to do a power move and quit. I don't know why she decided to do that when she's entry level employment. She ain't got another job lined up. Bitch, you ain't going to qualify for unemployment if you quit. And then she was banking on her tax returns, which she had her drunk ass friend fraud and darn gonna thought she was getting nearly $5,000 back. Bitch only got $1,600 back. So now what you gonna do? So that's the situation that I'm currently dealing with. Now, in the midst of me trying to darn gonna get out of here, now I got to deal with a darn gonna addict that's at the house damn near all day. Y'all pray for me. But anyways, speaking of darn gonna drama, honey, let's get to the drama over there at Chasing Atlanta. Season 5, episode 5. And y'all know how I do my reviews. Oh, also, y'all, I'm in the park, so y'all will see some background. But with my reviews, I don't just record I just don't review the show, but I also review the after shows now. And I review the live streams, and I just incorporate it all into one. So this might be like an hour long, but take in consideration that I'm also doing the after show, which is like an hour long. And I'm reviewing the live streams, which those tend to be about an hour long as well. So we start off with Willa still on 1,000, honey. Miss Willa, honey, she darn gonna go and add it. She darn gonna ain't having it with nobody, honey. Nobody can't calm her down. Darn going Oliver talking about, calm down, please. Ain't nobody fixing to do nothing. Willa talking about, I know damn well ain't nobody fixing to do nothing to me. I was like, oh Lord Jesus. Willa, calm down, girl. Calm down. Somebody darn gonna give darn gonna Willa a chill pill. Child, but meanwhile, Troy outside having a whole breakdown, honey. She darn gonna in tears talking about she has love for Kendra. I say, what a difference a year make, honey. You went from calling all types of trannies and all this shit to all of a sudden you the loudest person in the room when darn gonna Kendra's on the stage. I said, come on through 180. Speaking of 180, y'all hold on to that, because honey, we got something to talk about in regards to the 180. We normally use that term for another franchise, but now it seems like we got a little bit of crossover going on behind the scenes. Y'all hold on to that. But anyways, yeah, Troy's having a breakdown in front of Rico Cassidy. Rico with a K wasn't there. Rico, Kendra, it was Rico, Kendra, Aaron, Rain, and Ike was still in the house. So yeah. Now they said that people brought socks and shit. Now I'm looking, I was like, well, is people darn gonna storm out and shit? I didn't see no bitches. You know, I don't know if you were saying that to save face, girl, because then I'm hearing that folks already had a goodie bag. I was like, see, this that double talk shit. Now, people went out with socks that you gave them for free, but did they actually buy some damn socks? Now, that's what I need to know. No, girl. They doing all this shit at the Airbnb and shit. You done rented out this darn on family space and whatnot. And they ain't brought not one pair. And then the socks are affordable. They $7.99. It's not like they some darn on high-end luxury socks. It's not like these some darn on Gucci socks or shit. They darn on $7.99. Girl, but I didn't see not one person darn going go out that shit with no socks, honey. And Troy, honey, you might, child, with all the shit that darn on Troy had to deal with, you might need to give him some for free. Because Lord knows, Willa ass. No, Willa needed to buy something for doggone Troy. Don't give nobody no. Have doggone Willa buy doggone Troy some doggone socks in addition to swapping insurance information. This raggedy bitch done went and doggone hot tail it out of there and doggone was out so fast done hit Troy's car. Production had to break the fourth wall and say, somebody Nissan done got hit. And of all people, why it had to be Troy's. Honey, Troy was already in tears, doggone breaking down and all this. And now she got a busted car. I hope she got doggone Willa's information the following day, honey. Especially since the shit's on camera. Or maybe, you know, if it was a light fender bender, doggone Willa, you'd be better just go ahead and just hand doggone Troy a couple $100. Because, honey, it's better, I tell you, in a situation like that where both parties know each other and you done did a hit and essentially ran, honey, girl, it would be best that you just slide doggone Troy a couple $100. Because, honey, you do not want them doggone insurance premiums going up. Not especially in this day and age, honey. Gas already, hell, in Atlanta, I can imagine gas is probably like $5.50 a gallon. Honey, you don't want no doggone 300% increase over a simple fender bender that could cause maybe just $300 to doggone buff and doggone pull out. You know that machine they have where it just pulls the little dent and shit out? Because I can imagine she probably didn't go that fast going out of there. Like, I don't think she could have caused no massive damage. Like, maybe a little bit of rear end, like, there's some paint that needs to be scraped out, a little bit of paint touch up, little, you know, bend the metal back out or whatnot. And then maybe if she hit a window, hit a back doggone tail light, you know, replace the tail light and the glass and shit. You know, all of that will come up to about like $400-500. Honey, it's best to give him that $500 in cash versus, honey, you got to doggone get an increase every month for $200 additional on your insurance, honey. Just give him the doggone money in cash if you know like I know. Well, shit, I'm talking no like I know. I ain't never been in no doggone car accident. But still, go ahead and just run Troy his money. Meanwhile, we got doggone Rico still mediating between Troy and Rain. Oh, also, doggone Willa doggone still wasn't having with nobody. Honey, doggone Rico trying to give doggone Willa a hug. Talking about, I can't even get a hug. Honey, that bitch was not in the hugging mood, honey. She was like, fuck this damn shit. Don't touch me. Don't nobody even doggone look my way. I'm gone from all you raggedy motherfuckers. Honey, Willa wasn't having it. But anyways, then we get over to doggone Ike Dark. I said, shit. Honey, they doggone good with this doggone promotion of this music. Honey, come right on time. I hope they can fight. I hope they can fight. Da, 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 da. I was like, child, you should have doggone, honey, that was the doggone befitting song for this whole episode. I hope they can fight, honey. Child, look like we found out a certain somebody who ran their mouth couldn't fight. But we'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, I can sing in this song. I hope he can fight. I hope they can fight. Let me take a drink. Now, Rico, I'm getting to the point where I can start naming your name again because you done got back into my good graces. Because all last season, bitch, I had to call you the features and now going the bodyguard, which it looks like you backsliding a little bit. But hold on. I switched it up today, y'all. I got my doggone sports drink. I done partially froze it because I'm supposed to be doing Lyft right now, but it's dead. So I said, let me do this review instead. I normally have my doggone sparkling waters, but I needed a little bit of electrolytes because y'all know with this demon home, I'm not really being able to fix my doggone food like I normally able to, and y'all know that's very dangerous for me because with my Crohn's disease, my doggone body doesn't digest food and stuff properly. I need to, and I have a natural iron deficiency as a result, so I need to incorporate a lot of iron rich foods and drinks and stuff. in addition to my vitamins, so that's why I got this. But anyways, back to the story. Rico, girl, this whole episode, I feel like you was on your PR over pandering and it was just falling flat. Like, Rico first started off by, and then it started off light and like, okay, I can see where he was coming from, because the first thing that had me questioning Rico was he said, don't nobody make music like Ike does nowadays. I was like, okay, maybe he might have meant within the LGBTQ community. I was like, if I think about it, the people who's pushed at the forefront is like, Monterio, aka Lil Nas X, Saucy Santana. Let me see you. Wow. And also 7 Deep, and the list goes on and on. Then even within y'all's circle, you got Oliver Twits and you got Rico Cassidy, which all of them give good bops, honey. Don't child, I actually go for more the turned up music, honey. Ow! Let's go. If I darn Rico Cassidy voice, I go for that type of more music more than the soulful. So I say, okay, maybe within the LGBT, mostly the gay, because honey, can we really think about the bisexual artists like that off the top of our heads? Okay, trans artists, yeah, the trans artists be turned up too. We don't hear no soulful trans girls out there. Lesbians ain't really never had a problem on the scene. So more like just the gay scene really that Rico was referring to. But nonetheless, I was like, in general, we got plenty of darn on soulful people. We got Janine Aiko and Ella May, and we got SZA, Jasmine Sullivan done made a comeback. That's 4 right there. Jennifer Hudson on the theater scene and whatnot. Beyonce, darn on, people be sleeping on the Queen Bee, but Beyonce in her newfound Black Power anthem and shit, she be giving darn on still good ballads and shit. I was like, it's a lot of the girls that still bring soul. I'm like Bruno Mars, and then the one that he collab with, I was like, both of them are soulful, so that's 8 people right there. And then we got Adele done came out of darn on her hiatus. Adele drop an album like every 5 years, but when she comes back, honey, she darn on gives you that darn on massive hit. Then we got Sam Smith. I mean, granted, Sam Smith went a little bit popish for a moment, which I love, honey. What you wanna do when you lie to me? Da-da-da-da-da. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Honey, that's my damn shit right there, honey. But anyways, yeah, we got plenty of darn on soulful girls. But I'm hoping that he meant just within the LGBT spectrum. Okay. But anyways, then he went on to talk about he's filling in Rico. Ike is filling in Rico about the event and stuff, because Rico with a K wasn't there. I guess this was the time that Rico was between North Carolina, take a shot. He was between traveling here in Atlanta, and Ike wasn't sure he would be available for the site, so he didn't darn go and extend an invite to Rico with a K. No harm, no foul. But yeah, in the midst of that, Rico get the darn going questioning. Then the before we get to that, Ike darn gone got a nickname for darn gone Miss Willa, honey. Her name is Wilma. Wilma, honey. Ike done darn gonna nickname this bitch Wilma Flintstone, honey. I said, oh Lord, not you done named her the darn on Black Wilma. Now be careful now, because I think that bitch could take you, honey. You know you old scrawny thing. You Louisiana men, y'all be darn going. Y'all be packing down, but y'all don't be packing with the muscles and shit. I was like, honey, this trans girl from Tennessee look like she got more upper body strength than you, girl. Don't give Miss Wilma too much, honey. She look like she will darn on Flintstone and darn gonna give you an old Stone Age mud hole stomp up in your ass. Ike, you the finest one up on here. We don't need your looks fucked up darn gonna trying to darn gonna read Miss Wilma. I mean, girl, let me hush up calling this girl Wilma before she come down to the 2-6 and try to darn come for me. And I'm not the girl, honey, that'll show up your fight, honey. But I don't got no issues with you, Willa. Honey, that's doggone Ike. Honey, hopefully y'all make shit up. Y'all make up or whatnot. But look like y'all already made up, because before the show came on, it seemed like y'all was cordial. So I'm assuming they back on good terms. I'm hoping for it, because Lord knows we don't need that. Honey, we don't need one of our most beautiful girls and the most handsome. Let the ugly... Well, child. See, the thing is, Rico ain't ugly, but he done fought with the ugly. It's like, let the darn on other girls fight. Rico really didn't have no business fighting either. I guess that's why he said, bitch, I ain't about to be fighting too much longer. I got this goddamn mace for that ass. But yeah, y'all leave that fighting the dang on long. I'm really emphasizing darn on Ike, because I have a darn on little crush on Ike. Nothing serious, honey. Because y'all know some of the girls really be darn on serious in the infatuations department and shit, honey. But yeah, and then Willis, she's very good looking herself. I don't want to see no darn on beautiful girls really fight down like that, honey. But anyways, going back to Rico. Rico then commends the music engineer Jordan about working with LGBT artists. I was like, well, first of all, darn on Jordan. I mean, I'm not stereotyping, but hell, I was like, Jordan looked like, first of all, how you don't know he might be part of the community? Because darn on Jordan actually was giving me trade teas, first of all. And y'all know I don't be just calling everybody trade freely. Like, if somebody's fully straight, honey, DivaWuan's don't like, I'm not one of the girls that believe in darn on trying to turn the straight guys out and all this, that, and the third. Or turn them to the trans attracted side or none of that. But Jordan really was giving me darn on trade-ish. So it's like, well, hell, how you don't know he might be part of the community? You know the Butch Queens gaydar don't really be on it like the show enough queens. And especially as trans girl, honey, we'll spot one of the darn on folks, honey. But yeah, Rico was commending the darn on artists, because, and he, once again, this was where he was making somewhat of a valid point, but it was falling a little bit on deaf ears. I was like, okay, Rico with a K, I understand what where you coming at with this. Yeah, historically it has been hard for specifically gay men. I don't even want y'all to, I want y'all to get out of talking about LGBT, because bisexual men who are real trade like that can pass, they ain't really had a problem. As long as they are in the closet for the most part, honey, they ain't really had a problem. It's the trans girls and the gays that's really had this. This is more so a GT issue, not an LGBT, because lesbians, honey, of all things, the lesbians gets over sexualized in the industry, and they use that to their advantage. Even the girls who come out later that was never even darn gone of the community. Honey, look how it started out. Katy Perry started out with the I Kiss a Girl. Nicki Minaj darn gone paraded like she was the darn gone bisexual. They made Rihanna look like she was very sexually ambiguous and shit. Made her sing bisexual. And then the list goes on and on. So the lesbians ain't had no problem in the darn industry. Of all things, that shit gets hyped up. It's really the gays and the trans girls that have to deal with the darn industry and they bullshit. And especially the darn the flaming butch queens, the femboys, and the darn trans girls. Those are the ones that really have to deal with it, if we want to really go there. But it's like, in addition to the darn Jordan looking like he part of the community, I was like, well, Rico, you do realize that y'all are in the gay capital. Y'all are in the gay black entrepreneur capital of the nation. Why in the hell you would think if you was going to face discrimination, it would be in there of all places? Y'all are actually the majority in the city. Once again, it's like it's the black San Francisco. So it's like, yeah, overall you got discrimination. But honey, ain't nobody foolish to darn gonna practice discrimination where they are the minority. I'm like, honey, it's more of y'all than darn going straight folks in Atlanta. Atlanta's the most. Now, if y'all was in somebody back out, because Georgia overall, you know, they be on that conservative bullshit. So if you go outside of Atlanta, you know, you go to some outskirts of Atlanta, I can understand. But in the heart of Atlanta. I was like, now girl, y'all know the queens run the darn city. Hell, look at darn Clifford. Clifford own half the darn city, and I ain't talking about Miss Pussy Valley, honey, where the girls get naked, got a bands in, we gonna shake it. Honey, I look forward to when that one coming on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be reviewing darn P Valley. I started watching it late, but bitch, I'm gonna be reviewing P Valley for season 2, honey. Y'all look out for that. I also might be reviewing Basketball Wives. But yeah. Girl, ain't nobody darn discriminating in darn Atlanta, nah. So that's the second time where Rico was like, okay, good message, but wrong placement. It seemed like he was just doing a pandering moment, if you ask me. I might be overreaching. Y'all ask me, did it seem like that was just forced and just out of nowhere and unwarranted for him to even mention that? It's like, But anyways, moving on. Then we got Troy setting up for the HIV and AIDS awareness events with Mr. Jay Moore, honey. Also, Jay sponsoring a little bit with the free wine. I said, come on through, cross promotions and you know whatnot's, getting your wine promotion and shit in. I said, see, that's how you do it, honey. This is how you do it. This is how we do it. Honey, Jay Moore said, bitch, we're going to go ahead and start marketing my doggone shit. This is how you do it, honey. And then also the awareness for HIV and AIDS, because a lot of people don't even know about PEP. Put the PEP in your step. Put the PEP in. Honey, it's not just PrEP, but PEP. People think if you get exposed. Oh, and we got to do a whole video, y'all. Honey, I usually don't do these types of topics. I leave this to Nico Aesthetics. If y'all don't know about Nico, he gives you all the gay drama that be going on with the adult entertainment stars. What I originally wanted to do years ago, that I was going to do on my OnlyFans, but I just dropped it because of, you know, life situations and stuff. But he's doing what essentially what I wanted to do was give constant news. Although mine wasn't going to really be strictly focused on LGBT. It was going to be more broadened, but y'all know with all this shit that I got going on, it just fell through. But Nico Aesthetics, honey, he be covering all the darn tea. And, honey, there's a situation where the darn guy hooked up with the other guy, and they darn knew each other for 7 days. He done fell in love. Both of these darn fools are porn stars. And no use, no protection or whatnot. And now he's about to go off on the other boy because he found out that the other boy got HIV. Child, is a whole mess. But yeah, if you think you got exposed to somebody with HIV, you do not necessarily need to be on PrEP, because PEP is just as effective in situations where, you know, you can take it the day after or within 72 hours, and that will kill any exposure to the HIV. Now, if you're somebody that's in that industry, it would just behoove you, especially since you are raw dogging and you want to, you know, be of that life. And it's like, okay, once again, just get on the pill. Now, PEP is more so really somebody like me that has sex every 6 months or so, once every blue moon. And even then, I'm using condoms and shit. But if there's a slip up or the condom breaks up, you know, the PEP is there. But if you're somebody that's really engaging in risky practices on a daily, honey, get on PrEP. You make the money. That's the thing. This girl, this boo, honey, very attractive, got tens of thousands of followers on Twitter. I didn't understand it, but I had to darn slide that up in there because it was relevant to this right here with HIV awareness. But back to this darn shit right here. Drew and Willa, honey, child, they turned darn Ike's party out a hot mess, and then came in here looking the hottest on the motherfucking screen. I said, look at these two bitches right here. Not that y'all two done got some shit started. Darn done let the bomb drop. Let the bomb drop. Ooh, 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 ooh. Honey done let the bomb drop at Ike's darn party, and then come darn through the door looking like the two baddest bitches that did it. I said, honey, Drew, up until this point, you was looking very basic. Now, Willow was always on it. So Willow, we knew was going to turn it out, just like she did, honey. She had that darn on blonde, honey. Miss Willow was looking sickening, bitch. Honey, Miss Wilma, honey. She said, bitch, you can call me Flintstone, but, honey, my darn on fashion stay updated, honey. You might say I'm from the Stone Age, but my darn on fashions give the current age, baby. Honey, come on through, Miss Willa, a.k.a. Wilma. Drew Friday, honey, said, bitch, honey, I'm coming to darn on Slay too, honey. Her fashions will finally up the par. She didn't look like she was thrown up, because that first look looked like, you know, that wet look. It's like it's very hit or miss. Not too many people can pull off that wet look. And she with the makeup, I was like, I did not like that first confessional. But this darn gonna look that they came at the party, honey, they slayed that shit. They was the best dress of the night for me, honey. And then the confessionals was just as sickening. I said, oh my God, they even upgraded the confessionals. Darn gone Drew looked at phenomenal. Them braids and stuff was on point in the confessional. Miss darn on Willow, like I said, she's the look queen, honey. And I was like, honey, Miss Willow darn gonna learn from the other girl. She was like, bitch, I'm not about to be like all these other bitches that come through the door. At my first season, I'm looking raggedy and tore up and shit. It's like, bitch, I'm gonna show you I'm coming through the door giving good gowns and fashions, honey. And then hopefully down the road we see the substance, because we can tell that the substance is there before all this bullshit done popped out. So hopefully, you know, before the end of this season, we should direct right on back to the substance, because we want to see a whole full package of Willa. I look forward to seeing what Willa's going to give us this season, y'all. But right now, she's giving us the good gowns and fashions. What else do I got to mention to y'all? Lauren England back on the scene, honey. She said, bitch, it's the trans night. Honey, all my trans sisters was looking damn good. I said, Miss Lauren England came back with the jump out, giving an old subtle Nicki Minaj wig, honey. It was giving me very much doggone Nightmare on Elm Street, honey. Guess who playing Jason, bitch? Honey, it was giving me that darn on My Chick Bad look with the black, with the pink streaks. If y'all know the My Chick Bad video, y'all know what I'm talking about. Where Nikki had the darn on bob. Well, no, she had the long hair that was black and pink, but she also had a bob. But it was like giving me a hybrid of that. Like, it was giving me a black bob like cut with the darn on pink streaks, honey. I loved it. Subtle black dress, body sculpted. Honey, Miss Kendra come in looking like one of the fabulous doggone Black Panther party, honey. Had the all black everything, the fro, the chocolate skin with the doggone correct makeup, the lipstick and all that. I said, come on through, Miss doggone Kendra. Honey, all the girls just turned the fuck out. Willow, Drew Friday, darn Lauren England, and Miss motherfucking darn T.S. Kendra, honey. Come on through. So, and immediately Rico with a K is smitten with darn Lauren. I said, oh Lord, here we go, darn. Y'all really going to darn do this love connection? Okay, we'll see where this goes, honey. Hold on to that. Then we get darn Rico starts off the show performing the age-old hit. I was like, okay, I'll let you slide with this, Rico, because it's like, you know, if it's a hit, you can bring it back no matter how old it gets. At least you darn gonna start it off this season giving us some new material, because I got tired of hearing this damn song. I was like, now bitch, this song has been the same song you've been playing since 2015. Now, you know, if it's a classic, honey, I don't mind, because Beyonce can play the hell out. But see, the difference with Beyonce, and it's a reason why I'm mentioning Beyonce. Beyonce can remix darn on Crazy in Love, Diva, Halo, and she has a way of remixing that shit so many times where it's always brand new. Or, you know, sometimes you don't have to remix it at all. Like Whitney Houston can always sing I Will Always Love You 1,000 times, and it's going to always be a forever hit. So some things are classics, and you can always, you know, bring it forth or whatnot. But it's like, keep something new as you have the classics. And I'm glad Rico with a K is finally giving us something new, because I got tired of just hearing this one darn on hit. I was like, now bitch, I'm about to nickname you Lauryn Hill, and not just for your lateness. Darn on Oliver got the lateness on lock. You got this one hit on lock, because we can't darn on think of Lauryn Hill for anything other than the miseducations of Lauryn Hill. But honey, you darn gone gave us this and then transitioned to another song. Let me appreciate the fact that you actually sung the shit live. Now, Rico Cassadine, girl, I got to give you some pushback. You said that the reason why the girls looked like they was lip singing is because the track be pinned over the darn on, and that might very well be true. But I can still tell when somebody is darn going doing them, especially when it's obvious. It's like, I understand with the editing and stuff and how the sound and stuff is, sometimes you got to overlay the music in the final editing so we as the listeners can hear. But it's like when I see you performing and I can tell your mic is over here and you still singing over here, or even worse, your lips are not moving, when I can tell based off of the way the song is going, your lips still supposed to be moving in that moment. Honey, that's a bad lip sync. Bitch, darn gonna sashay away. Get up off the damn stage. Rico, honey, Shantae, you stay, baby. You darn gonna you finally got it right. You wasn't as bad the whole. It was really Kendra that was irking me with the darn gone bad lip syncs. Rico needed some improvement, but not as much as Kendra did. But Rico was 100% on it, honey. I had to upgrade Rico's score from a 9 to a 10, honey. The music was there. And even with this second one where he lip synced most of it, but he was letting the playback track just, you know, take over. He was just mouthing the words. Even when Rico was mouthing the words to most of the second darn going on track, honey, it was still on point. So I was like, okay, still 10s across the board. You lip sing perfectly. I don't mind a lip sing to an upbeat song. My thing is this: I can forgive a lip sing if the song requires it. Like if you're doing a series of songs and it's upbeat and you doing a lot of motion, you engaging with the audience and shit, that's a lot of stamina, endurance on the stage. And you know, to preserve your vocals, especially if you're an artist like Beyonce that goes into different genres, or even a rapper that does a lot of hardcore speed rapping and whatnot, I can understand preserving the vocals to go through the whole set. So in that situation, I did not mind the lip sync. As long as the mic placement was correct, Rico did it correct. So, honey, 10s for me on Rico with a K. So, who else do we got? Oh, then we get a brief, not a montage, but we get a brief PSA talking about the STD test. And once again, the education on PrEP and PEP and all of that from Darius, who is the founder of Product Peach. So Product Peach helps out with the girls who need assistance with, you know, getting on the PrEP and PEP and all of those things. And it's very important. Now, they didn't touch on the actual stats, but, you know, the esthetician in me, since I work with the body to a certain extent, you know, body waxing and stuff, I have to be educated on the possibilities of HIV exposure and stuff. Because when we doing stuff, let me get a drink, y'all. I'm getting tongue-tied. With me as a medical esthetician, when I'm doing services such as Brazilian waxing on both male and female, I can be exposed to potentially bodily fluids. Even with gloves and stuff on, practicing, you know, all the sanitary precautions and stuff, there's still that exposure risk. Hence why we educate, you know, ourselves on not double dipping, you know, because that's cross contaminations and all of that. Also, as somebody who specializes in corrective lightening, especially inner thigh lightening, anal bleaching and stuff, so your hind parts are looking nice and even as well. We don't need, because you know, some of us, the back door be looking like a Nestle Crunch bar. Them inner thighs, honey, you be one shade, but then them darn on inner thighs be about 10 shades darker. Honey, that's where I come in to help correct you. I darn gonna do my professional chemical peels, hook you up with some professional lightening products that is suitable for your skin tone, because we ain't trying to be looking like bleach face out here. We ain't trying to have you look like somebody in the, you know, the West Indies or Africa where the skin is over thinned out and you just look ashy and dull. It's like, no, I don't believe in hydroquinone. I believe in using the correct lighteners for black skin. But anyways, with doing that, there's always the risk of being exposed to the HIVs and stuff like that. So you have to be very cognizant and educate, because sometimes your client don't even know that they have issues. So even from my perspective, sometimes we got to educate folks on seeing the signs. So I wish they would have touched on that as well, like the noticeable telltale signs. Like sometimes your skin will tell you got some things going on, honey. But anyways, they do touch on it a little bit with the PrEP and PEP, the medications and stuff that you can take and all of that. But to give the stats, this is why I mentioned my background and why I naturally know what the stats are in other cities and stuff. In Atlanta, 1 out of every 2 black men has HIV in Atlanta. Those are per the CDC. 1 out of every 4 Latin men have HIV. So those are some extremely high numbers. You talking about 1 out of every 4 for Latin. And of course, you know they mean mostly the mixes, you know, European leaning Latin, because the black Latins, they just group in with the blacks. So 1 out of every 2, so you have a 50-50 chance of dealing with somebody with HIV. Honey, those odds are extremely high. At one point in time, Atlanta was the top most affected city in the nation. They have since downgraded to number 7. Honey, darn Fayetteville Cumberland County done upgraded to number 3. So don't think just because you're not in a huge metropolitan city where you don't have to worry about it either, because honey, Fayetteville is nowhere near as popular as Atlanta. And honey, we darn gonna rank at number 3 in the Hornum. So don't think because you in somebody back country that you don't have nothing to worry about, honey. Sometimes the back country is where the hoes be freaking even more, child. So once again, practice your darn on precautions. Make sure you using your condoms. If you don't like condoms for whatever reason, make sure you're using your proper medications. Although, you know, there's still not medications for certain other diseases. We always talk about HIV and AIDS, even though there's tons of medication where if somebody gets that, you can live a long life with that. I would still say, child, if you don't like using condoms, get you and you like to deal with multiple people, you need to be more so in a loose polyamory situation where at least all of y'all are getting tested. You can deal with multiple people, all of y'all know about each other and whatnots, and if y'all want to bring new people in, there needs to be a testing party. We need to normalize that. Like, instead of being ashamed and scared to go to the clinic, honey, y'all need to make an event out of it. Especially y'all adult entertainment stars. I don't know how y'all out here just fucking willy-nilly and then crying later on Twitter that you've been exposed to HIV, as opposed to saying like, hey, before we do this scene, honey, let's go ahead, and especially since y'all bitches can do this as a tax write-off. If y'all got to pay money for this shit, it's certain stuff that y'all can do as a tax write-off that the average person can't. I can't darn gonna go down to the clinic and darn gonna put an AIDS test as a write-off. But as an adult entertainment star, y'all can actually do STD screenings as a tax write-off. So I don't understand why y'all bitches of all, and not the show, but just in general in Atlanta, the adult entertainment stars, I don't know why y'all ain't even utilizing that as a tax write-off. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But yeah, normalize getting tested and stuff. Because even Rico, once again, here she go with another moment. Talking about she was scared that somebody was going to recognize her and whatnot. And she was nervous. I was like, number one, why is you afraid of somebody potentially shaming you for being at the clinic or doing something that you were supposed to do? Like, the fact that, hell, they obviously got something going on too if they was there with you. So it's like, who is them the darn gonna throw the darn gonna rock and they in the same place for them to even saw you? So you talking about, you know, you was afraid of being recognized. Afraid of being recognized by who? Because if the person that recognized you was there, honey, they darn gonna get tested just like you. And if it was a staff member, honey, HIPAA law, they can't darn gonna reveal your darn gonna medical information. And Rico, I understand you darn gonna say you a star and whatnot, but bitch, you ain't Beyonce. Ain't nobody risking their damn job to darn gonna reveal Rico with a case darn gonna STD testing. Honey, ain't nobody risking a 6-figure job They can't go to TMZ on Rico with a K. Now, if this was motherfucking, like I said, if this was Jay-Z, if this was Beyonce, if this was Rihanna, honey, darn on TMZ might darn on pay you enough money for that scoop where you can afford a darn on, okay, $2-3 million, child, boo. I bet that's enough to pay off my darn on student loans. I can open up my own private practice at this point, honey. I can fight these, honey. They don't even necessarily know it's me that leaked the shit, although they know, but it's not enough where they can take me to the medical board so I can still have my license. Child, that's who you risk it for an A-lister, honey. I hate to say this, boo, but Rico, you still on the Z-list, baby. Ain't nobody was going to tell your shit that worked there. But yeah, y'all, that was the PSA moment. Make sure you getting tested. Normalize going to the parties for y'all that like to live that lifestyle of darn going raw dogging it and all of that. Although I don't know why there's so many condoms that's out there that, you know, it makes it seem like you're not even wearing a condom. But for whatever reason, the girls like to say, oh no, it's still not the same. Or they say they allergic to doggone latex, which is like, bitch, they have non-latex like condoms as well, baby. Or, you know, it's made with such and such. It has a chemical that's an animal derived product. I'm vegan. It's like, bitch, they have vegan condoms. Honey, it's literally no excuse to be doing the shit that you do in 2022. But moving on. Then we get Drew's performance. Drew is performing a montage of darn Destiny's darn Child. Now, y'all know I'm going to be hypercritical because y'all know Beyonce is my favorite artist. And on a musicality, like, Beyonce's technical skills is so up there where she's on par with a old school Mariah Carey. Her darn on vocal, you know, acrobats, honey, can outdo darn on Whitney Houston in several areas. Now, before y'all get to drag me, because one person tried to debate me on this shit in my comment section. I'm not saying she has a larger range. I'm just saying she's able to be more skillful in certain aspects on a technical level. The vocal fetch, the crescendos, the decrescendos, all of that goes into judging somebody's musicality, their skill set. Honey, Beyonce is top tier. And this has been confirmed by numerous doggone vocal coaches and fellow people in the industry. So even lip singing to something like that, honey, you got to be on it. Because Beyonce is not just a world-renowned vocalist. Honey, she is a show-enough entertainer. You got to darn really be up on it doing Destiny's Child. Especially the fast singing that she does. Because, you know, Beyonce coined the darn rap singing all the way back in the 90s. So it's like, girl, you can't be half-stepping doing Beyonce. And Drew, she was doing good. It's not that she was bad. It's just for the songs that she did, she should have really incorporated some slow songs so she could have paced herself. Like, she could have did a Cater to You like number, whatnot. You know, brought somebody on the stage or whatnot, get the audience. Because that's another thing with Beyonce. Beyonce sure enough commands the stage. She commands the audience. She incorporates the audience into her performances and stuff. It's not just about doing the flips and the kicks and twirls and all of that through. So it's like, it would have been nice if she would have incorporated some of the ballads like Cater to You and darn brought somebody up on the stage and darn lip sync the ballad, do a little number that way. In the midst of that, it would have paced your energy. You wouldn't have had to keep doing so many fast songs all the way through and get burnt out. Because by the time she got to the end, you can tell she was tired. Because she didn't mix the darn songs right. She kept trying to go up here on 100 all the way through. And she just can't match Beyonce's energy. Honey, don't trust me. I'm not getting on you too hard, Drew, because once again, Beyonce is in a league of her own, like Michael Jackson. It's not too many people that can really match her. Even her predecessors cannot really quite get to where she's at. Like, Chloe Bailey does what Chloe Bailey does. Normani does what Normani does. But Beyonce does what she does. And everybody just admires. But for what you did, ultimately, I rate you a 7 out of 10. Only thing I have to say, like I said, the energy wasn't there. You should have incorporated some more, folks, some more slow songs in the midst of that. But ultimately, a 7 out of 10. You did good enough. Then we get Ike performing a soulful song, Supposed to Be Here. 10 out of 10. Number one, singing 100% live. Did not need a backtrack or anything. But then again, the song wasn't really vocally demanding though, so I guess I can't really judge off of the endurance because it really didn't require too many acrobats. It's a nice range for him because he gives me more soul tenor. It was giving me nice soulfulness all the way through, giving me very good emotives where it needed to be. So the emotive quality was there where he was really making you feel the music or whatnot. The eye engagement with the audience or whatnots and all of that. So yes, you got the emotive where it needed to be, the engagement with the audience, the vocals that was just sitting right, the exclamations at its proper point, no shriekness in the higher register. Everything was just solid all the way through. Honey, I gave darn Ike a 10 out of 10. His technique was darn perfecto. Then we get Lauren. I guess there was a little break at this point because then we get Lauren and Rico outside. And honey, they catching up. Lauren ends up making out briefly for 2.5 seconds with Rico with a K, walks off, honey. And, we got that. So it's like, oh, child. Now Rico back to being bi. For y'all that did not know, Rico actually started off as bisexual. Then at some point in his life, he claimed that he was gay. But, honey, now I guess darn Rico back on the bisexual team, darn chasing the girls, honey. Okay, at least you got good taste in whatever you do, honey. Honey, Miss Lauren English, she looks gorgeous, honey. I don't blame Rico with wanting to try to get a taste of darn Miss Lauren England, honey. But anyways, moving on from that, honey. Then we get the awkward, unnecessary darn underwear commercial. Like the way that they do these commercials, I was like, child, why y'all be having these over lustful men where it's like it distracts from the product? It's like, people, this ain't a porn scene or whatnot. So it's like, you supposed to really be emphasizing the underwear, but they were so hyper focused on certain areas. It was like we did not know what the advertisement was. And then even worse, it's like some of y'all, okay, we know a bird catching some of the girls' attention, but honey, not no faux bird, baby. Honey, we could tell that some of the darn undies was darn stuffed, and it wasn't stuffed with full meat, honey. It's like, honey, they would. Matter of fact, it seemed like the darn folks that did not buy the socks at darn Ike's event, honey, the folks in this commercial brought some of them socks, but instead of putting them on the feet, they put them on the third leg, honey. It seemed like some folks had Ike's sock on the third leg in the damn underwear. I was like, girl, bye. Child, boo. But anyways, moving on, child. Then we get Hershey, honey. Hershey gave us a modified version of darn Single Ladies where she had some spoken word moments up in there. I was like, now see, bitch, this is how you do a lip sync to a certain extent. Now, granted, she still couldn't match up necessarily to the energy. And I was like, well, damn. I understand Beyonce does, but girl, you just had one Beyonce song. Why in the world you ain't matching up? But then come to find out, okay, and this is why I say it's important to watch the after shows and stuff to get the background context. Because I was like, now Hershey normally be up on it. I can tell Hershey's not really giving it all that she normally can do. What in the hell's going on? Even though it was cold outside, it was cold outside on a December day. Honey, it was somehow hot as hell. But you know what they say, niggas darn gonna draw in heat, honey. And there wasn't no proper ventilation. I guess they didn't have the darn heat setting on the Universal 72. So everybody was burning up. Boo boo. And I can imagine Miss Hershey was already sitting there listening to everybody else before. She got a whole full face on. She got this darn one long bodysuit. So everything is all stuffed in. And then she got to perform this high darn tempo song where, you know, Beyonce is also giving vocals in there. So you, even with lip singing, you got to mimic that. I'm the one you want if you don't be alone. Like a ghost, I'll be gone. Hey, hey, hey. Once again, I'm not no darn vocalist, y'all. I might need to go to darn school to darn learn about, because I have a passion for vocals. I could easily be somebody's vocal coach because I know the terminologies and stuff. Like, and once again, you don't have to be a vocalist to be a vocal coach, so don't y'all get to judging my raspy darn vocals. But yeah, y'all, with Beyonce, it's like, yeah, you really got to be up on it to do Beyonce. And Hershey ultimately did good enough. I rate darn Hershey, I think it was an 8.8 out of 10. I almost gave her an 8, but then I said, okay, factoring in the situation that it was hot or whatnot, okay, I'm going to give her a darn 10, honey. I mean, I'm going to give her an extra 0.8, so 8.8 out of 10. Oliver gives us 100% rapping live. Honey, darn Olive. I don't know what was this little note. I was like, girl, is you trying to give us a little mini Janet slip, honey? You darn just revealing one side or whatnot. So I was like, okay. And it looks like it more supposed to came off, but it just stayed right there. I was like, okay, she's just going to give us a little top nip, honey. Okay. But Oliver, she darn giving us the speed rap all the way through. She's holding on. I can tell she's about to give out for a moment, but she persevered all the way through. 100% live. 10 out of 10. Little Kendra and Wayne performed no justice, no peace. You got the darn message. You got the Black Lives Matter, Black Trans Lives Matter, because we tend to get lost in the sauce. They always tend to forget about us, honey. Don't forget about us, in my Beyonce voice. But anyways, Miss Kendra had the all black everything. She was giving you the vocals. Honey, this is where I had to give Kendra most improvement, honey. Because this time, she was singing at least 50% live. When she was lip singing, the mic placement was where it was supposed to be. She no longer was doing this, where the mic is over here. The mic was where it's supposed to be at. So I was like, okay, Kendra done finally got the darn mic placement correctly. She's engaging with the audience, and then she gives us a good emotional at the end. She gives us a good, powerful PSA message and stuff. So, honey, she hit all the marks well around. The engagement, the rapping, the endurance, honey, the fashions, honey. She gave us every mark that you need for good entertainment. And like I said, an extra point with giving a powerful darn message such as that, the Black Lives Matter, Black Trans Lives Matter, honey. So 10s across the board for darn Oliver, and 10s across the board for darn Kendra. So then we end out the event with the darn ballroom scene, honey. And then we had faux rat fur, as they called it, for darn Troy versus darn chinchilla. Now my thing is this. I actually would prefer a faux fur because y'all know the animal activist in me. So I would have actually preferred Troy's option. If you want to give a good faux fur though, it can't be looking like it's cheap faux fur now. It's like, give a good quality imitation. The animal activist in me would have went up for more so a Troy, because it's like the way that you have to get the chinchilla fur is not like the same as wool fur. The wool fur is actually more so beneficial to the animal, so you can justify collecting wool for an animal because it helps, you know, maintain their coats and stuff. But for a chinchilla, you actually got to kill a chinchilla. So it's like the animal activist in me, the person who wanted to grow up and be a veterinarian. Yeah, I'm not for the chinchilla. So it's like, Rico, you lost me on the true fur. It's like, yeah, yours is obviously the better because it's the real thing, but it came from harming innocent animals. So I was like, ugh. So I would have went with Troy if the shit wasn't cheap and darn you know, like, The Walt, though, it was like both of them was serving in the Walt. None of them gave nothing extra or whatnot. Pretty darn good, solid darn Walt or whatnot. So I think both of them was on par. Ultimately, darn Rico was just a smidge bit better in the in that particular category. But you know, some of the girls, if you have a faux fur on, they will actually disqualify you. I seen balls, if you ain't giving real authentic fur, honey, they will actually kick you out the darn thing. So, honey, Troy, based off of wanting to emulate the ballroom, he would not even darn made it on the stage, because as soon as they would have spotted that faux fur, he would have darn got sent off the stage. Now, me, I would have gave him a pass, but a lot of the girls ain't animal activists in the community, honey. They would have darn said, bitch, chop. He would have got chopped before he even set foot on the stage, honey. But anyways, then we get Dominique decides to roller. Honey, since they incorporate people from LA, honey, let me play Ariel's song. Siri, play Ariel, not Ariel, but who's that chick from LA that reminds me of Ariel O'Hara? Whoever is the our trans sister over there in LA, honey, that sings the roll up, honey, they needed to play that damn song in that moment where Dominique decided she wanted to roll her little 5-foot ass over to Rico, of all people. I said, oh, hell no. Ain't none of the Ricos to be played with, honey. You got Rico Cassadine and Rico with a K done showed throughout these past 2 seasons on this show that he's the bodyguard on the low. And it's like, bitch, neither one of them two are the hoes to play with. But now, Dominic, this is where you got all of us confused. You say in one moment in your confessional that, oh, when a bitch I told you to drop the pen, whatnot, it's going to be on site. You told me to drop my pen, all this, that, and the third. You didn't show up. Rico on the after show heard from Carl that, honey, Dominique is old police calling bitch. That's why he didn't show up, because he knew the popos would be waiting. So he's going to get you on a time where, you know, you ain't going to have a phone in your hand. But not necessarily at an event to fuck somebody's shit up. Girl, you decided to roll up at Troy's event. It's like, girl, I understand the darn hood, the hood persona of, you know, it's on site, but it's like, girl, have some decorum. It's like, it couldn't have been on site after y'all left the premises to the party. It's like, girl, y'all in Atlanta. Why y'all keep having the darn do shit? And then, Dominique, you making up the excuse on the darn after show talking about, well, you don't see these bitches outside of filming this, that. Bitch, you a lie. You a damn lie. Girl, if you wanted to see Rico outside of damn filming, Atlanta ain't but so goddamn big. You could very much well darn get in contact with Rico outside of this shit. If you really wanted to be an on-site type of motherfucking bitch, you can darn find some way to darn get in contact with motherfucking Rico outside of this shit, darn really deal mollywop his ass. But see, you ain't really about that life. You wanted to do this shit for the moment, because even Rico said, girl, you made sure and Dario caught the moment, and you said something to the extent of, honey, y'all either catch this right here or y'all ain't going to get it. So, girl, you was putting on for the cameras. You talking about folks that are gonna need story, like, child, bye. Seemed like you tried to do this and it backfired on you. You thought you was gonna punk Rico in the moment. Rico got loud with you. Then you tried to do the reverse psychology of like, calm down. Oh, I can't stand that passive aggressive shit. It's like, bitch, don't be condescending to me. You came up on here with the intent of doing some animosity. You call yourself trying to check me, and I now get loud with you and tell you that I'm not the bitch to be checked, honey. I'm the queen of the chessboard, bitch. I'm the most powerful motherfucker on this motherfucker chessboard. Honey, the king is second rate to the queen. The king they revere is the most important, but that's that darn patriarchal bullshit. The most powerful piece on the checkboard is the queen, honey. And who is you as the pawn trying to step to the queen? You the most weakest bitch on the chessboard trying to go up against the most powerful piece on the chess. See, that's how I would be. Honey, Rico was not here for it. Rico got loud with with Dominique, and then it starts to ensue from there, honey. Then Drew starts to insert herself. I was like, now, Drew, you want to get enough of trying to insert your motherfucking self. See, this how this shit got started at that motherfucking Ike's event with with the shit. And darn on this what made it worse. Troy and darn on Rico already settled the shit before they even made it to the party. And darn on granted, darn on Rico was pettywop.com and he owned up to that. Like, bitch, you ain't really needed to go and rehash the shit and put the shit in the darn on in the answer and stuff. But once again, this is where you share the blame, because now, girl, you been on a previous show, Wheel of Fortune, and here you is doing the stuff that the other girls do. You should have seen enough of these shows by now to know that these types of games don't always go right. It always go to the left. So it's like, girl, you darn gone mad at folks getting turned up at your house, but girl, you darn gone brought the environment in with introducing this darn gone game. For Rico to be petty, Rico wouldn't have been able to be petty if you didn't introduce this game in the first place. So really the root source was darn gone with Ike on that one. But nonetheless, darn gone Troy and darn gone Rico didn't have a problem, but Drew trying to start a darn gone issue up. Drew more mad than darn gone Troy is. And like I said, this is the running theme that I'm seeing. Everybody's more mad on behalf of Troy than darn gone Troy. You got Drew Friday trying to darn gone ignite some shit. Then you had darn gone Dominique trying to ignite some shit with Cameron. Although no, this is where it's backwards, because darn gone Cameron turns out was actually defending darn gone Dominique to Troy. Troy was being a diva, I believe, and darn gone for whatever reason, Dominique and darn gone Troy, they got that under control or whatnot. I guess Dominique is just gonna be up under darn gone Troy's ass. Okay, I guess. But then we got the shit with darn gone Cameron nonetheless. Darn gone, you know, where Dominique is hyped up, where his name wasn't mentioned. A lot of darn gone projecting and false insertions. Now we got this shit with these two. Then we get the darn gone bomb drop, honey. They darn gone questioning darn gone that Rico said something about a bomb was going to drop, this, that, and the third. There was at the some sort of event called BTS. This wasn't mentioned on the show. This was mentioned on the after show and several of the live streams that the girls done. Over there on, child, I can't even think of the names right now, but there was, you know, the girls was on their live streams and shit, and then the girls that do the after shows, such as darn going on TTP, it was revealed all of that about the girls was at Benny Hanna's or whatnot. Carl said if he did have a bomb to drop, trust me, you would know. And somehow that got misinterpreted as Rico actually did have a bomb. Then darn gone somebody called themselves pulling out. Jay done got caught up in the shit on the after show, on one of these shows on the Instagram live, right? With Carl, another one, some woman, I don't know her name, so charged to my mind, not my heart. Rico Cassadine, and then it was Jay Moore. Jay Moore talking about she got the receipts. Honey darn gone, she come on reading the receipts that the cisgender woman already done mentioned. That, okay, the way that it was phrased like, okay, Carl said if he had a bomb to drop, trust me, you would know. Not that he actually had a bomb and went into intricate detail like y'all trying to proclaim this whole time. So, of course, darn gone, once that's revealed, Rico with a K reveals that darn gone Rico didn't say shit. Darn gone, then darn gone, they turned the call. Carl said, well, that's not how it went down. Drew darn gone lying on behalf of Dominique. Now her ass gonna be looking foolish because the darn gone receipts done came out darn gone corroborating what Rico Cassadine said. But you trying to be darn gone Captain Save-A-Ho for your friend over here. So Rico asked for apology. Honey, apology denied. Bitch, you ain't getting no motherfucking apology. And then Lord knows he darn gone Dominique said something about Rico's career. Honey, darn gone bitch, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Honey, darn gone Rico Cassadine went Erykah Badu on that ass. She was like, bitch, you can talk about anything you want to, but bitch, don't come for my craft, don't come for my passion, don't come for my talents, this, that, and the third. What you ain't gonna do, bah! Honey, next thing we know, honey, darn on Mr. Dominique is sporting darn on ketchup darn on lips. I said, oh hell, the girls are fighting, honey. It's about to go down. Honey, darn on Siri, play darn on Girl Fight by darn on Brooke Valentine, honey. I said, damn, here they go. We got Rico done fell to the floor, darn on Molly whopping Po Dominique. All the girls jumping in, Miss Oliver. I was like, now, Oliver, you already know you ain't darn gonna want to break up shit, honey. Oliver done fell on the ground. She in the darn gonna bit. I said, girl, get your ass up. Girl, she stood there for a damn good minute in that darn gonna folded darn gonna position. I was like, now, Oliver, now, girl, you doing too. Girl, get gone. Misfavorite parts of this franchise, get gone. And then sure enough, here comes the main person that is good at darn on doing the bodyguard shit. Honey, I told y'all, Rico with the K needs to be getting 2 chicks over there. Anytime a fight breaks out with her present, that bitch always turn into somebody damn bodyguard, child. She holding darn on Rico Cassadine back. Talking about, nigga, calm down. And then this sparked some controversy. Because people thought Rico was a full Spanish, Latino or whatnot, and they was like, why y'all, then came the controversies, is Rico allowed to say the N-word? Because Rico is so fair, you would not know that he's biracial, that, his father is around my skin tone for color reference. So his father is undeniably black. Like, he's a full-fledged black American, wide nose, full lips, the whole shebang. His mother is more so like a round the way, typical mixture Puerto Rican, got the J-Lo aesthetic going on. Not necessarily the J-Lo, I mean, no offense to Mama Dargon Rico, honey. Y'all ain't gonna have the Puerto Rican community come after me, child. And I don't need Rico reading me about his mama. But, not necessarily J-Lo statures, but, J-Lo as far as the features and all of that, genetic background. Maybe got about 10% Taino Indian in him or whatnot. Maybe about 7% African DNA from the mama side. But overwhelmingly, predominantly Spanish. So he's a biracial, pretty much like darn Cash De Niro. But Cash De Niro is more caramel, so we naturally see darn Cash as black. But when we see somebody with the same mixture but fairer skin, sometimes the girls get confused. But yeah, pretty much Rico with a K is the same as darn Cash De Niro, black and Puerto Rican. Or as some girls like to say, shout out to Jasmine Divine, Puerto Rico, honey. But yeah, Rico is one of those, honey. So I don't like the N-word being used, period. So I still would have been offended by it. But it's like, if somebody going to say it, it better be somebody that is actually black. Not no just brown skin, but somebody actually black. His skin might be white, but genetically he's black enough. But yeah, y'all. Then we got that shit, honey. I think that was about it, honey. What else? Is there anything else I need to touch on? Oh, once again, more shit with the after show and stuff. We get Troy and Dominique this week with the after show. Honey, Troy, for whatever reason, is still siding with Dominique at this point. And I was like, how in the hell is you siding with Dominique? And it's like, bitch, did you not see what we saw? And you still making up excuses to talk about, well, he was just going over there to talk. Bitch, you shouldn't have gone over there to talk at all. Because the energy wasn't going to be conducive to any darn resolution. Bitch, you came over there to darn be argumentative with him. So it's like, you would say that you just wanted to talk, but your intent on talking wasn't with the darn intent of darn resolution. You darn went over there to be picky fine. You went over there with bad intent, and then that's the result that you get. So Troy missed me with the bullshit. I don't know what it is with Pinky and the motherfucking brain. What they trying to do, but girl, you literally over here darn trying to defend Dominique and fucking up your darn event. Girl, bye. Okay. Okay. Oh, also, now, Rico, I do got to call you out on that mace. Now, girl, you did warn him that you was going to mace him, but this is where you fucked up, girl. And this is what fucked up your darn on shit on this show. Between it being revealed that you darn on was out here telling folks in advance that you was being casted for the shit, on top of the fact that you end up macing production, girl, bye. See, that what got you darn on downgraded, because up until this moment, your ass supposed to been in the darn on lineup. And folks saying, oh, well, it's too many people. Bitch, bye. 9, they could have easily had 10. Now, I could have understood if there was 2 or 3 friends of the show and the main cast was like 6 people, but Rico Cassadine is somehow the only friend of the show out of a darn going 10 cast a lineup. Y'all just decided to make Rico the friend. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. I believe Rico was originally darn supposed to be on the lineup, and Rico got fucked, and Rico fucked himself up with darn revealing information to the wrong party, in addition to accidentally macing production. It's like, girl, you should have known not to pull that mace out, because you know the girls are all going to ball rush to break y'all up, and there was going to be a high chance of the other girl. But see, in the moment, you're not thinking rationally. So I got to give him a little bit of a pass, because it's like when somebody tries you and you on 10, you're not necessarily thinking about hindsight. So in hindsight, girl, you fucked up. In the moment, I don't blame you. But girl, thinking about the business aspect of it, this is where you fucked up your bag. Because you done let this darn bitch cause you to darn mace him, and darn inadvertently it done hit several other people that didn't have nothing to do with bullshit. So yeah, Rico, you should have just stuck the darn, and then you already had the size advantage. Honey, fuck what the darn world would have thought, talking about, well, you bigger and all this, that, and the third. Girl, you should have just continued to mollywop him a little bit, child. And if you was talking about you was worried about being tired because, you know, there's a big bitch, honey, I know it's being a former big bitch, honey, we got to darn whoop some ass real quick because we get tired. Girl, you should have took you a darn VA. You should have took you a darn energy drink. You should have got you a sports water. You should have got you one of them darn what's that drink called? The one that says it gives you rings or whatnot. Honey, you should have took one of them, honey. You should have took a 5-hour or whatever you needed to do at that moment. But girl, the moment you darn mace production, I knew it was over for you, boo. Hopefully darn and Dario be in the forgiving spirit to darn let you fully on next season at the, you know, in the lineup. But girl, I think that's what caused it. And then I was like, so all this shit, come to find out, Dante from once again, I told y'all to hold on to the shit earlier. I know some of y'all might have lost me at this point because it's a very long live. But I told y'all, honey, we was going to darn Circle 2's cross promotion. Honey, we got to Circle Atlanta. Dante was on the darn one of these live streams from months ago. And he darn revealed that darn Rico told him that he was going to be part of production. That's a damn lie. Now, what had happened was, I believe darn Rico, girl, I'm just keeping it real, you done fucked up and told somebody who darn inadvertently told darn Dante, and Dante then said the darn shit. Now, Dante didn't get the shit firsthand. I don't believe darn Rico picked up the phone for Dante, because if we think about when the casting happened, because y'all know I review the Circle Atlanta as well whenever the shit does come out, because darn Lester done lied to us for the upteen time. Now this bitch done a darn volunteer to lie at this point. Now bitch, don't play in my face now. Now that's one thing. It's like don't volunteer a lie. Now I'm still gonna fuck with you, but girl, didn't nobody ask for that lie talking about the darn shits, all the shit's finished editing, and the videos are gonna be out weekly now. We going on week 2. I told y'all we ain't gonna get darn episode 2 at the minimum until the end. Episode 14 until damn near the end of April. Which I don't mind if you darn have it bi-weekly. But girl, now you done lied and said that all the shit's done been done edited and you just got to release it. Girl, I might do a whole separate video dragging the fuck out of darn Lester. If that shit don't come out by this Sunday, Honey, mark my words, I'm going to drag the fuck out of darn Lester, honey. It just is going to be what it is, honey. But anyways, girl, Rico, you fucked up. You done let one of the girls know. They done let Dante know. Because y'all wasn't on speaking terms at that time. Because I want to say the audition had to be sometime around August. Because Rico was filming The Circle Atlanta back in February of 2021. All of this shit with The Circle Atlanta happened from the last week of January till maybe at the first 1 or 2 days of March. And then fast forward, we had the reunion all the way in August. So that was March, April, May, June, July. That was 6 months out from the recording of the show. Now between those times, somewhere halfway into February, a little bit past Valentine's Day, Rico had to leave early because he went to New York. Now we found out that doggone Rico was planning on transitioning over to New York, and he was going to be on The Circle New York. I was like, ain't this some ironic shit? We got Melly B that's from New York, originally came down and became, you know, they centered the show around him and called it The Circle Atlanta. And then we got one of our lead people from The Circle Atlanta going up to New York and is now about to be on The Circle New York. So it's like, child, that's an interesting swap right there. But it would have worked out, you know, it would have made sense for Rico because Rico also works with A Connection TV, and I guess the filming for the show that he's on with A Connection TV is based in New York. So he can do the show with A Connection TV and do The Circle New York, and it all be in the same city, so you don't have to worry about all that traveling and stuff back and forth. Okay, totally understandable. But yeah, in the midst of all that, the reunion happened in August. To give y'all some backstory, around that time for the first 3 episodes, Dante was messing with the 180 crew, which is, you know, Jewel's side. Jewel, Montel Star, Dante, Tevin, and Eugene. That makes up the 180 on darn The Circle Atlanta. But somehow they done let darn Dante go. They realized that Dante is a flip-flopper. Although they seen that through this, you know, on the latest episode. But somehow I guess they felt remorseful because of his upbringing and all of that. I guess they still tried to give him a chance. But then they realized once they got to know him a little bit better outside of, you know, the filming of the show that, yeah, Dante... So they end up dropping Dante by the wayside. So ain't nobody fucking with Dante at this point. Dante ain't on neither side at this point. Dante's a loose cannon. So now he going over there talking shit about darn Rico because he done got word that Rico supposed to be on The Circle. On Chasing Atlanta. Now who done told it? I don't know who told it. But Rico, girl, you know somebody done told it. Now you say you didn't reveal the information. Now, for the sake of, you know, you keeping your job, okay, we just gonna roll with you didn't tell them. But girl, you know, low-key, you done told somebody they done went back and told Dante, and that was the wrong person for them to tell. And then Dante come flying up in the darn chat. I was like, girl, back. I was like, damn, see, bitch, you too messy for me. We still to this day don't know what you do. And I guess now you want to darn dedicate yourself to being a shit stirrer. It's like, girl, a drama with these types of shows. Drama with these types of shows is going to pop off without the need of a shit starter. So it's like, honey, I still double down on what I said in my darn Circle Atlanta reviews for people who watch both franchises. Honey, darn Dante can go. I don't need to see Dante back for the next season. And honey, I don't need her to, since and Dario is in such the mood of darn bringing bitches from other shows. Honey, keep Dante by the wayside. Don't bring that bitch over here for this shit, because it seemed like she was trying to low key darn squalor her way up into this as well. Girl, keep her off of this shit right here. No. And I think that's about it. Yep, that's it, y'all. I know this review is long as hell, but like I said, I had to break down so many things in detail. Child. Let me get ready to get going. But that is it, y'all. Like I said, if you do not watch the after shows in addition to the after show, in addition to the lives, and in this case they brought in so many darn on cross promotion with the Circle Atlanta, it's like you actually had to be a watcher of the Circle Atlanta to get the context about darn on Dante. Because for people who just watch darn on because you know the Circle Atlanta is brand new and it pales in comparison to Chasing Atlanta. It's been around for you see the view count, right? I think the most viewed video on the Circle Atlanta got maybe like 15,000 views, where else the lowest rated episode of Chasing Atlanta, I want to say, has like 40,000 views. That's the lowest rated episode, has like 40,000 views. The most rated on the Circle Atlanta has like 15,000 views. So obviously a majority of the people didn't even know Dante to even catch the backstory of why, you know, him saying shit was so darn on irking or whatnot. But that is it, y'all. Child, hopefully next week episode we can just stick to darn on talking about the talents and shit. We see darn on girls up there doing a group number. We see Ike darn on performing. We see Oliver and all of that. Oh, and that's another thing I got to talk about. Now, Troy, you talking about you didn't actually have no bias against Rico. But it's like, girl, y'all done already made up at the sock event. Actually, before y'all even got to the sock event, y'all had a conversation where, you know, Rico Cassadine told you that he was, you know, he was sick with COVID. He was just liking posts and shit. Now come to find out he has a little crush on darn on Wayne. But far as we know, he's not darn on Wayne's boyfriend. Kendra says darn on Wayne is taken, but I don't think the person who done made Wayne taken is darn on Rico Cassadine. So with that being said, like I said, it's just so much shit that I'm gonna explain y'all. I done lost my train of thought. Damn, where was I at just y'all? But yeah, with all that display with Rico, I literally done lost my train of thought, y'all. Okay, but whatever I was just saying just now, that is that with the how Troy already had a bias up against darn on Rico. It's like, if y'all truly settled the minor issue of whether you thought Rico had an issue with you, how come you had literally everybody perform at your event? You had everybody perform but darn on Rico. And granted, we know Rico works. You know, Rico got multiple jobs and shit. But obviously, Rico wasn't darn on call for his job that night. And he knew well enough in advance that he was going to be able to make it to your event. So it's like, why didn't you have him perform? So the fact that you already, and this is long prior to the argument, so you can't even say any issues with Dominique or whatnot, because Dominique is not a performer. Dominique was in the audience his damn self. So you already naturally chose your side anyways. You wasn't darn gonna looking at it from both sides anyways. So it's like, girl, you already just naturally from the door. Even with darn gonna Dominique 100% being in the wrong, you automatically biasly chose your bestie, even though your bestie darn gonna brought the shit to your event. Your bestie could have darn gonna held off on confronting Rico until she got to somewhere else, but for whatever reason, because you feeling biased against darn Rico, you naturally sided with Dominique. That's basically what I got from that. But y'all tell me y'all thoughts on this. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, hopefully next week's episode will not be nowhere near as long as this. Let's hope and pray we can keep this shit under an hour next episode. But that is it, y'all. I will see y'all soon with more videos.